Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? I go by RB, and this is Philly Take with RB, aka the Daryl Morey Appreciation Podcast. You guys know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Hit the subscribe if you're new, and ding that notification bell so you're instantly notified whenever I upload or go live. And man, isn't it nice? A breath of fresh air, something good to talk about in Philadelphia sports, baby. We got a lot to cover in terms of the Sixers, Daryl Morey, what the roster's going to look like, a bunch of stuff, including his interviews yesterday with 97.5 The Fanatic and on the Rich Eisen show. But first and foremost, we got something to clear out of the way. I don't know how many times I've said this over the offseason, but I'll say it again. Ben Simmons is not getting traded. Not getting traded. Did you hear me? Ben Simmons is not getting traded. Now, yesterday, Liv Alice Simmons, which is Ben Simmons' sister, goes on Twitter and puts this out. And instantly, everybody comes flowing into my DMs, an influx of chaos. Oh my gosh, is Ben Simmons getting traded? What did Daryl Morey do? What is happening to the Sixers? And I said, calm down, relax. And just a little while later, Liv puts this out on Twitter, and she's just joking. She's trolling because the Philly fans went chaotic. They almost broke Twitter. But look, even if Liv Alice Simmons did know about this Ben Simmons trade, why would she come out and even say it to the public? Come on, people, think. Since Daryl Morey got here, his first words on the job were, I am going to compliment Ben and Joel better. They are not trading either one. That's the final time I'm saying it. Oh, and if you need one more piece of confirmation, actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and give you a sneak peek of what we're about to talk about in a piece of the clip from the interview yesterday.
You hear all the... Well, I don't need to be...
Yeah, we got to get rid of that noise. Ben and Joel, we're building around them. We know with shooting and spacing, they're dominant. Yeah. And, we're excited about that. And
I'm not going to Daryl, I'm not going to BS you. So people all right away... Well, what about Harden? What about this guy? What about that guy? So you hear all that stuff, and you know that there's not a lot of it's not realistic.
I think Sam he emerged from his groundhog hole like he does once every 4 years, and he said it best. He said, "Look, fans went through the process to get these two guys. Why would people want to move off that? I know we don't. I know fans don't." All the fans I talk to love Ben and Joel.
Believe me,
they're both in their two superstars in their mid-20s. I mean,
I know
that just never happens.
I know.
Never happens,
I completely agree with you. So let me ask
you.
There's
a reason Doc's here and I'm here. Let's just be clear. And so
you heard him. Daryl Morey said the reason that Doc and I are here pretty much is because they have stars here in their mid-20s, and we're gonna take them to the next level. I hope you take that in stride and remember it every single time you hear the words Ben Simmons and trade in the same conversation. I know the Ben Simmons haters got real happy. They got all perked up in their chair. They were pumping their chest. He's not getting traded. Anyway, on to what this video is about. That is Daryl Morey, and the man is just amazing. I love listening to the guy. He's a great dude, great personality. I'm going to link the description to what we're about to talk about down below. The Rich Eisen show and 97.5 The Fanatic with Anthony Gargano both interviewed Daryl Morey yesterday, and it was impeccable. It was awesome listening to this guy. He was asked about the roster. He was asked about what his plans are. Tyrese Maxey, complimenting our stars, Doc Rivers, and a bunch of other things. I'm going to play some clips for you, but pretty much to sum up, my main takeaway from this interview is that the Sixers and Daryl Morey have pretty much confirmed that we are done making moves until sometime in the season. Everybody's been waiting for this big trade to happen. Everybody's been waiting for a blockbuster. Well, let me tell you something. I thought there was a possibility, but after hearing this, there is none. We are waiting, and we will be patient in this process. But let me tell you, after thorough explanation and after thorough critical thinking, Daryl Morey is a genius. He's brilliant. We are not going to make the same mistakes that this front office had made last year. We're not going to overpay for Al Horford. We're not going to overpay Tobias Harris. You know what I mean? Everybody has been freaking out these last couple of days about free agency because we didn't go out and sign any of these guys. Well, let me tell you something, okay? I know we want to see this guy get signed to the Sixers. We want to see this guy come in and be a part of our team. But listen, man, this whole free agency class is a bunch of role players. They're all role players. There's not really any star power in this free agency class. And you know, the Sixers are not going to make the same mistake. Davis Bertans, $80 million. He would have been a great acquisition. But $80 million? He goes back to Washington. Joe Harris, $75 million. Nice shooter, but $75 mil, whoo, that's a lot. Goran Dragic, $19 million a year. Nerlens Noel, I don't even know how much he's making. Austin Rivers to the Knicks, right? DJ Augustine, which might have been our realistic free agent target, he goes for $7 million a year for the next 3 years to Milwaukee. The guy is 34. We're not paying him $7 million. Alec Burks got paid $6 million to go to the Knicks, and we wouldn't even bite on that. Daryl Morey is clearing out piece by piece by piece all the pieces of the puzzle that don't fit, right? He's clearing out the puzzle pieces that don't fit, and we are gearing up. And I think it is brilliant what Daryl Morey is trying to accomplish here in Philadelphia. Now, go ahead and listen to this clip when he is asked by Anthony Gargano on 97.5 The Fanatic, and he kind of talked about this on the other one as well, about what our roster is going to look like leading up to tip-off of the NBA 2021 season.
We have certain bullets. We have tax mid-level. We've got still future draft picks. We have certain bullets that we can use, and I don't really like using them now. I just don't, because in a month, we're going to, the issues we see now, like maybe the one you said is one of them, it's going to be a different set of issues in a month. I mean, a month into the season. I almost guarantee it. We're going to say, oh, that's not quite working, or end of games isn't quite working. And if we use the bullets now, like, we're going to use them on the wrong ones that, when the information is more clear as we get closer to the trade deadline. It's sort of evaluate and then address the gaps as we get closer to the playoffs.
How much more should we expect of your additions or subtractions from this roster between now and ball tip on the 22nd of December?
Not much.
So as you just heard, this roster is pretty much going to look similar or probably the same, might add a piece or two up to the start of this season, which is in a month, in less than a month now, December 22nd, right? And I'm starting to think about this and I'm like, this is so smart. And here's why. This has been a funky off season. The season literally ended like 2.5 months ago, maybe 2 months. Sixers played their last game 3 months ago, and we're already about to hop back into NBA action. These draft picks aren't going to have time to really get accustomed yet. You might see load management, fatigue early on, and things are not going to be flawless right away. Things are not going to be perfect. We have a new system coming in. We have a new identity coming in, and this is the first time Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid have played under another coach. It's going to take some time to get things accustomed and aligned to what we want to do and how we win games. Because quite honestly, the talent on this roster has not been utilized to its maximum capabilities ever under Brett Brown. And the main problem was we never adjusted. There's going to be problems in the first month of the season. But guess what? Daryl Morey's a guy who's going to push his foot on the gas pedal when the time is right. It's all about the timing and the opportunity. A direct quote from Daryl Morey himself. The main thing is, you want to do great moves when they're available, but often the best move is not a move that is done right away. We want to increase our understanding before we start to make those moves, and that is what we need. We need to evaluate the talent on this roster and get it to perform at the maximum potential. Thank you, Daryl. It's not that hard. It's not rocket science. And the main thing, like the overarching concept that people need to realize, based off what Daryl's saying, Buddy Hield, Zach LaVine, all these stars, all these other players that we think could come in and be a third star to Ben and Joe, there's just not enough timing. They're not available right now. And if they are, the teams are asking for a price that's way too high. Way too high. But Daryl, being the brilliant mind, or maybe just the simple genius he is in terms of basketball, he's not going to go out and pay $100 million for Al Horford. No, he's going to wait back, and during the season, it's almost like, we'll use a Black Friday example. right? Since Black Friday's coming up. We could go out right now in September. We could go and get something we desperately need, or we can wait a month or two, see how things react, see how they adjust, and when the time is right, when the discount hits, we can go and get someone. We know that there's going to be a team or two in the league this year that, you know, they always have expectations and they might fail, they might plummet, fall into a pit, and they're going to want to rebuild. They're going to want to gear up for next year's free agency class, and they're going to want to get rid of a piece that might be helpful to a championship contender or a playoff pushing type of team, aka the Sixers. So what if the perfect wing is available at the deadline? Well, guess what? We get a piece that desperately helps. We've now had more time to experiment and see what will help this team out, see what Doc Rivers is trying to do, and Daryl's going to go out and get it for him. And guess what? It's going to come on a Black Friday deal. It's going to come on a discount. And as we get deeper into the season, we're going to get all the pieces that we need and make a push. The one thing I'm looking for this season is growth. I want to see an advancement in growth. Do I think we need to win the championship this year? No. But if we turn it around, if we win 55 games out of 72, well, guess what? That is growth. That is our stars taking the next step and finally playing under a competent coach who has experience and understands the game and is going to help us make that jump. Patience is key. Like Daryl said, you have all these assets, but you don't want to overpay. You don't want to do it too fast and mess up your future. Next year, the free agency class of 2021 is going to be historic. I'm talking LeBron James. I'm talking Kawhi Leonard. I'm talking Paul George. I'm talking Giannis potentially. Maybe AD depending on, what he does this year. Rudy Gobert, Oladipo. I mean, all of these guys are going to be free agents next year. And if we turn it around and have a great season, and our stars show that they are capable of playing like they did in 17 and 18 with shooters around them, and we need that one final piece, and Doc Rivers is competent, and we have a competent front office with Daryl Morey and Elton Brand, well, guess what? We become the top free agent destination in 2021. We get our final piece, and guess what? We are on our way to maybe being title favorites to start next season. Not this season, but next season. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.